Hey, what's up? It's Chris Colgan. You guys are not going to believe this. I was just driving around Northern Virginia last night, and this guy in this crazy DeLorean jumped out of a car. Doors came up, fog came everywhere. He handed me a Pepsi. I took a sip of it, and he handed me this book, and he said, Chris, in here contains the Northern Virginia real estate market predictions for 2021. And I'm going to read this to you. I did think it would be a lot more helpful if he would have handed me a sports almanac that told me who was going to win the freaking Super Bowl, and I could have bet on it and quit real estate. But no, we're going to find out what's going to happen in 2021 in the Northern Virginia real estate market. Hey, what's going on? It's Chris Colgan with Keller Solutions. Obviously, that didn't happen. I wish I had the budget to make something like crazy like that happen. And no, this book is just like a journal I use. It has nothing to do with the predictions of 2021 real estate market. But let's get right into it. All right, so obviously none of us could have predicted what happened in 2020. I just want to kind of recap what happened in 2020. In the beginning of the year, I went to a Keller Williams conference, and they were talking about one of the things they had mentioned was the DC market had a very low inventory. And this was, of course, before COVID had came into our lives and, shook the world. And right when COVID hit, we went into lockdowns, the market stopped. It was completely dead. I lost several deals. They fell out. But then, we had about a 2 or 3 week hiatus, and then things from there completely steamrolled as the government stepped in and did the bailout stuff, and they did the interest rates went down lower. And since then, we have had no inventory whatsoever in Northern Virginia or the country for that matter. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that because I think that's what we're looking going into 2021. I'm shooting this in 2020, but my guess is the low inventory is going to stay the same, and we're going to still be in this competitive market and all that. And the main reason for that is going to be the interest rates. I was just talking to my loan officer the other day that I work with a lot, and he was telling me it was down to 2.25. That's almost like getting free money to be borrowed. So if you want a reference for a lender, I'd be more than happy to help you out if you want to refi or anything like that. But what's going on now is you're seeing a lot of people that want to move, they just can't. Like they have a townhouse or an older single family, and they've lived in the area a couple years. And as you know, Northern Virginia in general is very transient. So we're getting some people that have a ton of equity and they want to get into a bigger house. There's just not much to sell them right now. So what's happening is now, unless you work with a great agent like me who knows how to find deals, hint, hint. Yeah, so what's happening is a lot of people have a ton of equity, which is a great thing. And one question I'm getting asked about all the time is, hey, Chris, do you think the real estate market's going to crash? What's going on? And you're seeing a lot of people kind of trying to get clickbait and do stories about that and all that. I've been in this business long enough. I was in it for the 08 crash. The difference between this time and last time when we had the crazy low inventory was back then, anybody and their brother could buy a house. I could literally go grab a guy off the street and get him qualified. Those days are long gone. The government really stepped in as they should have. In the last 10 years, things have been really strict, and also the appraisal process has been really strict. And that's made lending guidelines stricter, which I keep saying the word strict. I don't know why, but that's made it harder to get a loan, which is a good thing, I think, at the end of the day. And that's kept prices from not going crazy. Actually, they're still not, even the house that I've owned for several years is still not worth what it was back in the mid-2000s, believe it or not. So going into, I don't really foresee any type of crash on the horizon. We also live in an amazing area. We're lucky to have the federal government, big companies like Lockheed Martin, all these military bases, Amazon's come in. And as you know, when we have all these new data centers, so the job market here is very strong. And we're also getting some people, believe it or not, from New York and New Jersey and even California who are wanting to move here because they know we have a great school system, great transportation as the roads have finally started to get better. So my prediction is we're going to have a lot more people moving in. And I think some of the people that are going to be moving out are people that are of retirement age or taking earlier retirement, maybe like federal government employees. And what I've heard from a couple sellers here recently is, hey, you know what? We feel like it's time now to kind of cash out and move to Florida or Texas or whatever, where we're going to do it anyways in the next 2 to 3 years. We feel like it's just a great time to do it with COVID and all that. Now, unless we get a crazy new strain of COVID, God forbid, another huge lockdown, which would just prevent all of us from doing anything anyways, I don't foresee any type of market crash. I think we're going to see this low inventory continue to go through the spring and into the summer. Hopefully, the vaccinations, which they've been giving out, will continually keep being, distributed, where we can all get back to living a normal life. And I think as that happens, maybe we will start to see a cool off. But a lot of us are staying in the area. We're not going on vacation. We're not visiting family. And a lot of people are kind of like stuck together and ready to kill each other as they're working from home. So they're wanting to get a bigger house. So my prediction is I think we're going to see some pretty crazy price rises. I've already seen it. I literally just the other day, I was looking in the MLS. There were 6 houses here in Gainesville where I live for sale. 6 houses. That's just unheard of. I used to see it up to like 100 up to like 10 years ago. And there's been a lot of building around here in general. Same with Fairfax, Fredericksburg, Culpeper, all the other areas. The only areas that I believe will be affected is if areas that just don't have high-speed internet or people that live on a lot of land. Obviously now most people in general are being told they're going to work from home. And if you don't have high-speed internet access, it's going to be tough on Zoom meetings and stuff like that. Satellite internet, cell phone internet, all that has not caught up to the level we see with the Comcast and Verizon like we have around here. So if you're thinking about selling, it's a great time. If you're thinking about buying, it's a great time because you're basically getting free money with these super low interest rates. So I would love to work with you. I specialize in Northern Virginia, and I can also refer you to anyone around the country, anywhere. And we can find you a great agent. So if you do me a favor, comment below what you guys think, what your prediction is. And also I came out with a new service where every month you're going to get a detailed home evaluation of your house. It's also going to show you what you owe on your property, and you can adjust that if it's not right. It'll show you how much you could potentially walk away with what you sold. It even shows you what your house could rent for, and it even shows you how much you could get for your house on a nightly basis with Airbnb. And it's free. We won't call you and bug you or anything like that and try to offer you a car warranty or anything like that. But check out that free service. I'll put the link below. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want some more Northern Virginia real estate updates and you love looking at me, which I'm sure you do. And as always, we'll see you at the top or from the top. And I wish everybody an amazing 2021.